the approval of others is not what's important.
Ladies and gentlemen,
you are now about to witness
the journey that is the Lyfe Choyces podcast.
Yeah! The last solo episode, I had briefly talked about living beyond the likes. And I want to go a bit more detail today on this topic. Living beyond the likes, not worrying about other people's opinions, and living for yourself. Living beyond the likes. It's 2025. We talk about this a fair bit nowadays. Social media is definitely the way in which a lot of people are living their lives or living through other people's lives. And we as a whole, and unfortunately the younger generation, is wrapped up in living through the likes, worrying about getting as many likes as their friend, getting as many followers and subscribers. There's so many different things out there right now on social media. We have put too much of an emphasis on living through the likes. We need to, as a community, start helping each other realize that the approval of others is not what's important. What's important is the approval you give yourself through the ways in which you become proud of the things that you're doing to become a better person. Living a life where you are physically, mentally, emotionally happier is much more important than living up to the standard of the next person who's posting things on TikTok or Instagram or Shorts or whatever application might be out there. When we get so bombarded with the pressure and anxiety of living up to other people's opinions, we clearly do not become happier with ourselves. We mask it with all this other nonsense that we pretend through the visual to be so happy and show that our life is so amazing. But then there's so much of your life that you're sitting around at home unhappy. We need to switch this conversation. We need to realize that we must give ourselves the approval to be happy. We must look inside of ourselves and figure out what it is that you want. You need to look inside yourself, evaluate, why am I not happy? Why am I not emotionally happy? Why am I not physically happy? The reason why I talk about this is I'm not saying that people aren't physically, emotionally, and mentally happy. I'm saying that there is such a large demographic that is willing to have the vulnerability to sit here and talk to the communities about the fact that they don't always feel a state of being that is physically, mentally, and emotionally happy. I'm one of those people. I'm trying to express that not every day is the best thing since sliced bread, but every day has the opportunity and the potential to be that day if we choose it. So by choosing to not worry about how many likes and comments we are getting on our social media, and instead looking within and making a plan of attack to figure out what it is that we want in life, what it is we want to do to become a better human being, then we can make a plan to start activating every day those activities, those practices, in order to get us to a point in our life where physical, mental, and emotional health is very much there. The whole point is to become so physically proud, so emotionally stable within yourself, for yourself, so that you can hopefully one day share the experiences that you went through in order to get there. Life is difficult. Life is hard. I don't care what anyone tells you beforehand. You don't usually get the memo when you're a kid, But right now, you have the opportunity to see so many people's experience in life that are so many more years more experience than you, and you can take their experiences to navigate through life a lot easier. And for anyone in the community that is under the age of 25, who is still learning so much about life and has grown up with nothing but social media, you have the best opportunity to learn from people like myself, to understand the importance about going after the things that you enjoy, and to go after this amazing journey of self-discovery, self-love, and becoming a better person for yourself, becoming physically, mentally, and emotionally happier. Because there's a lot of stuff that happens in our life when we're younger that you might not know right now, but later on in life, you're going to see that you still hold on to these things that kind of like were trauma triggers. And we want to help so that when you get further along in life at an earlier age, you're able to navigate it a little easier than we were. So the lesson that I'm wanting to share with you is the approval from yourself is more important than the approval from others. The accomplishments and successes are built on the little wins that you keep piling up through the daily efforts that you put in real world effect, that most people in your community of people don't see on a regular basis. And it comes from the hard work of first looking with inside of you, figuring out where you think you might not be doing the best, and then putting forth the effort to become better at those things. It could be something as, I want to become better at sports. Okay, well, what can I do to become better at sports? I could probably start going for a jog. I could probably figure out what sport I really want to excel in, and I could start getting someone in my family or maybe just myself going to the park and setting up little circuits and a stopwatch and running circuits to train yourself to get better at whatever that sport is. It might be, I want to become mentally stronger. Well, find books that you think that would make you mentally stronger and put in a journal that you're going to put forth the effort to read an hour or read 2 hours a day on said topic. You could even write yourself little book reviews on each one to see how well you're coming along. You'll see how quickly you start reading faster and understanding words, and therefore your vocabulary becomes better. And now you're becoming an individual who can articulate more with other people. There's so many different things that once you take the time to figure out what it is inside of you that you're not happy with, and figure out what aspects, what things, what activities can I do on a daily basis to start creating a better routine in order to achieve that goal. And when you start putting in these efforts, these every single day, I'm going to read, I'm going to work out, I'm going to, whatever it is that you want to do in a day, when you start putting these in every single day and you start reviewing your day at the evening, you really look at the day. How did I do today? What did I accomplish? What did I not accomplish? What could have I done better? What can I do better tomorrow? These are all things that you can start seeing the progress and the success that you have as an individual on a weekly basis. And you can keep piling up these small wins and small wins. And those small wins over time, I guarantee you, will become the massive successes that you have in your life. What I'm saying is you can accomplish any goal that you want. It may take longer, but you can get there if you're willing to put in the time and effort, to do it for no applause, to do it for just the pat on the back that you give yourself at the end of the day when you tell yourself, I'm proud of you today. You put forth the effort to accomplish these 5 tasks and you did it today. Keep going tomorrow. And a big thing that we talk about all the time here on the podcast is routine and journaling and manifesting and writing down the things that you want. If you make a list before you go to bed of the things that you want to do with intention tomorrow, and then tomorrow you wake up with that thought in your head that you want to do that, and at the end of that night you are able to check off each one of those tasks, you're going to feel so good about yourself. You're going to start creating confidence. You're going to start creating self-love. You're going to start becoming the individual that you always wanted to be, and things will change in your life, and you will just start maximizing on those goals and those wins. Every day, keep going after the things that you want. Every day, think about what you could do to be better than yesterday. Just try to be 1% better than yesterday. And I promise you, the days will get easier. Thank you so very much for coming back each and every week to listen to us here on the Lyfe Choyces podcast. I look forward to seeing you each and every week here, Tuesday at 2 p.m. We'll see you next week on the Lyfe Choyces podcast. Much love, everybody.
The journey. That is the Lyfe Choyces podcast.